Hoping you know when to wonderland.
Only you can bring the Skylanders to life.
Now you'll all be wondering, Neon, what have you done? You have made a big mistake by putting this at number 6. I've just put this one here because it was the first game, it didn't have any gimmicks. It's not a bad game, it's just that I prefer the other 5 than this one. I think the figures though of this one were amazing. I love the figures, I love the wee. I think they look so cool, they're so iconic, and I love how there wasn't too much. I also like how there wasn't too less, if you know what I mean. So that's why this is number 6.
Skylanders Imaginators.
Same again for this one, you're probably wondering why I put it up here so low. The reason why I did this is just because this game is A, the story is way too short, and B, I do love the figures in it though. I love how the villains have came back and it's awesome and all that. But the game is way too short and it's a bit babyish if you ask me. You're going ahead making a hot pink cake for chaos. Then you're going to try and make a jack-in-the-box. If you know what I mean. A bit babyish. Also, don't get me started on a guacamole monster. Who even follow that? Rubbish. But it's also not a bad game. I think it's very fun to play with. I think the gameplay is the best part of it. So that's why it's number 5.
Why do I get the feeling he's not telling us something?
Superchargers had its goods and its bads. First of all, let's start with the gimmick. Rubbish, if you ask me. Not the best idea. Cars, they're a bit boring if you ask me, in my opinion. But the story was the best story that we've had in Skylander history. The whole plot was the darkness. And then chaos turning good. Awesome. Love it. But let's go with the figures here. The figures is okay. I like how they're remastered, but there's only some new ones. And then we also have to go for the levels. They're very, very long levels, or some of them are. We only have 12 levels, which is a bit, ugh. So that's why it's number 4.
They're bigger. They're badder.
People say that Skylander Giants is just a copy of New Giants of Spyro's Adventure, but I say it's the opposite. I say it's one of the best games in Skylander's history. I love the story. I think the story was really good. Love the Giants. Love the new core Skylanders. Awesome. But let's start with the gimmick. The gimmick was okay. Giants. Cool. I thought the Giants would have been a bit higher on this list if they actually stuck of them being the tallest Skylanders. But when the Imaginators and Trap Team came over, they were actually, some Trap Team were taller than Giants, which was a bit shocking and a bit disappointing. But it doesn't matter. That's why it's number 3.
New power is choice.
Swap Force yet again being the most successful game on the Skylander history, and yet again bringing another amazing storyline and gameplay. Swap Force was the most hyped and the most loved. It was the most sold, and it got the most copies done. I love the gimmick of making your own, well, not making your own Skylander, but changing parts of your own Skylander, and then using that as an advantage. It was awesome, in my opinion. I loved it, and everybody else loves it. I just think it would be a tiny bit higher on this list, on number 1 spot. You'll see in a second. If it just had delivered something more. I was hoping that swapping your characters won't be the only gimmick, just because you don't really use it that much unless it's the elemental gates. But that's why it's number 2.
Trap Team. Capture evil. Unleash good.
Trap Team is my favourite Skylander game of all time. I love the graphics, I love the gimmick, and I love the actual characters. The story is amazing. Not as good as Superchargers, but amazing. Second of all, the characters. The Trap Masters are amazing. I love their crystal weapons. The traps are yet again unbelievably good. I love how they each have their own design. Only problem is that I think they're a wee bit expensive. But they're still pretty good. I also love the gimmick. Trapping villains and playing as them. Best idea of all history. So that's why it's number 1.